Welcome back, Officers of the Republic. Is your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief AP Gaines here with another subscriber roster review. It has been a fat minute since we've done these. I would quickly like to preface this video by saying I haven't slept in a day and a half, nor have I eaten in the last 24 hours. I'm currently only alive right now because I have literal powdered caffeine blended in with a little bit of water and some spinach. So if I slur my words, I'm not having a stroke. I'm actually just brain dead at the moment. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's because your Coruscant Underworld Police, AP Gaines, wants to eventually one day be Coruscant Underworld Police Chief Dr. AP Gaines, and it's definitely hard. All right, so we got Jacob going on over here from Furious Way. He's got his malevolence going on, so he's definitely climbing, which is nice. I'm noticing right off the bat that we're probably getting a Sith Eternal Emperor rush here at 2 million GP exactly. Okay. So, off the top of my head, the requirements are Vader, Anakin, Palp, and then some other Sith. I think Dooku, Sidious, Maul, and Royal Guard. Maybe a couple others. This is definitely a masterclass for you guys in rushing Sith Eternal Emperor or rushing SLKR. Stuff like that. People really like to say to rush Galactic Legends. Definitely not something that I would recommend personally. If this is your account, by the way, let me know how long you've been playing, because you definitely have a lot of the core teams. So I wouldn't really say this is a rush, rather than just a difference in priority of farming, because he has a bunch of the core teams. He's got his CLS. He's got his C-3PO going on. He's got his Chewbacca. So he has at least some of the basic teams, not at high enough caliber to be competitive at 2 million GP, but the problem I find with Sith Eternal Emperor, and not that Sith Eternal Emperor is a bad character or that the requirements are bad, it's that most of the requirements are offensive based, which is helpful until the teams you go up against are also super strong. So if this guy went up against an account, like a guy rushing, I don't know, Jedi Master Luke, there's slightly more defensive squads in there as opposed to this. I mean, you're going to use Vader on offense. You're using Piet, Veers, Palp, Dooku, Anakin, Thrawn, Tarkin, Stark. I mean, all these guys that are relics are you're using on offense, so you're going to get those high banners, which is nice. But once you progress to that point where you're facing other guys who've got Relic 4s on they have like a full Relic 5 Padme team and like maybe Relic 5 Jedi Knight Revan teams on defense. They got Relic 5 Darth Revans on defense, and those are their highly relic teams. You're going to become a little bit disadvantaged in that you might have to burn a full team of these guys, and then when you would normally undersize, get multiple high banner wins. So this is where you have to kind of balance out your GP, and I'm going to talk about this real here because this is very important for you guys to understand. And 2 million GP, he's not at that point yet, so his roster is totally fine. He's probably trying to conserve GP, but if this is the way that you're going to go, you have to cut out characters that aren't useful. I think this might be a Hyperdrive bundle account because I have like random level 80s over here. Actually, I don't think so, because I think they give you Rex at level 80. Okay, regardless of if this is a Hyperdrive bundle account or not, characters that you're not using, you need to, and I talk about this all the time, leave them at level 1 star, maybe don't even unlock them, because you probably have, I don't know, I would wager to say a couple 100,000 GP in unused characters that aren't being used, so they're just inflating your GP. I don't know what the division cap at about 2 million. I know it goes to like 2 million and a little bit over. It's a switch. But what I'm trying to say is if you're going to rush a Galactic Legend, the most important thing you need to know about rushing Galactic Legends is you need to mitigate damage in other areas of the game. So if you're going for Sith Eternal Emperor, know that you're going high offense, low defense, which is fine until you get to about 2.5 million GP. Then it kind of becomes a problem as you progress into 3 million GP. So having a couple of other core teams is very helpful. I know you can't really move resources from that Sith Eternal Emperor grind early on. Oh my god, boys. Oh, it just hit me like a wall. I am dying. I am absolutely out of it right now. Don't even remember what I was saying. Sith Eternal Emperor, high offense, low defense, which is totally fine. You just have to understand that you're going to have to progress the rest of the roster so that as you transition to that 2.5, 2.7, 3 million GP area, you have a couple of teams that can get a couple of banners back so that if you have to combine teams and you can't undersize as much, you have enough defensive firepower to give you those couple of banners to make sure that you win every single week in Grand Arena, as well as cutting out Krennic and Snow Trooper and Fives and first. Fives is a good character, Scion's a good character, Shock is a good character, Bosk. These characters are under-geared. But they're decent characters. Jedi Consular, Magna Trooper, Zam Wessel. Unless this is a super old account for whatever reason. Actually, let me check his squad arena. Okay, so it's not a super old account. Because this is 9 and this is only 200, so it's probably a relatively new account. If I had to, I could probably just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, this is a relatively, I'd say this is about a year, maybe under a year account. So as you're progressing into that 3 million GP area, important characters, I'm sure you understand. Jango's an important character. Jolie's a super important character. Mace Windu is not an important character. But important characters like that in the core teams, you're going to start progressing them into a more defensive role as opposed to offensive. A normal player would use these teams, the core teams, in an offensive role. You're going to use them in a defensive role to try and steal some banners, get some stops as your offensive teams become less and less powerful. And by the time that you reach Sith Eternal Emperor, you'll be able to shift your focus elsewhere, and then you can pick those teams that you delegated to defense, like the Bosks, like the CLSs, like the Jedi Knight Revens, like the Darth Revens. You can start to progress those teams not only in shard farming to get the full squad so you can get Malak and stuff like that, and gas, but also progressing them gear and Zeta wise so that you can transition them into offensive roles as well, so that you can have that rounded out team. And the thing about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes that not a lot of people take into consideration when they make videos about the game or when they watch videos about the game is that, and again, I'm taking more caffeine before I say this. Oh my god. The funny thing is, God, what time is it? It is 4:13 in the morning. This video is going to go up in less than 2 hours. And I have school in less than 3 hours. And I haven't slept. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, the thing about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes that no one ever fails to realize is it's literally not who's better at the game, not even who has better mods, or who has better characters. It's all about who times everything better. People like to rush the most powerful characters in the game right off the bat because they think if they get those characters first, they're going to be in a huge advantage. You got to consider the fact that a Galactic Legend from scratch free-to-play is a year minimum, probably 18 months. If you're free-to-play, if you're hyperdrive, if you're pay-to-play, it's all about time. Well, not so much if you're pay-to-play because then you can just buy stuff whenever, but it's all about timing everything so that right when you go up a division or you hit level 85 or you participate in the next month's Grand Arena or whatever it is, it's all about timing so that you're as small as conceivably possible until it's time, until it's go time, until it's time to be a big boy, and then you're massive. And not massive in a inflated way like you level 85 to everyone, but massive and you have all the Zetas on where they need to be. You have all the relics where they need to be. You have all the characters unlocked. You've planned this out. You've watched my guides. So that right when you need to be good, you have everything perfectly. I'm not one for analogies, but if you're running a marathon or like you're an Ironman athlete, a triathlete, you're going to have an off season. You're going to not be ripped to shreds in perfect condition all the time. But once the season's on the horizon, and as a track athlete, I know this, once you can see the season approaching, you start to whip yourself up into gear. You're not the best shape. You get better and better. But once that first meet comes on, once that first race, once that first football game, that first basketball game, that first tennis match, whatever, that first Grand Arena, or the new Grand Arena month, boom, you're ready. And that's all that really is to this game, is timing everything so that you're ready when stuff goes down. I somehow managed to talk for 10.5 minutes. I have no brain cells left. If anyone happens to have watched the video this long, I highly doubt it. You're going to distinguish yourselves in the comments by posting a sentence that is 5 words long, and the first letter of the first word is T, and the first letter of the first word is T, and the first letter of the second word is a vowel. That's how I'll know that you guys watched till the 11-minute and 7-second mark. All right, I love you guys, and I'm about to die. But we're going to make it 48 hours, boys. Haven't slept in 32. We're going to make it 48. Probably more. Goodbye.